For a very long time, this flat earth fool had claimed that he is working on a book, a flat earth book. But it seems that it's not going so great for Nathan, because this so-called book have started a fight, a war among flat earthers.
My second channel, like a lot of the flat earth videographers out there, suffers worse than the main channel. So I go to it and we're like, why is there 10 people watching this premiering stream? Put 4 hours of my life into making it, publish them daily. You get 4 to 10 to 12 to 16. You're like, there's nobody watching this. It's not going out to anybody. There's almost 10,000 subscribers on that second channel.
Oh dear Nathan, is that so hard to understand? Why would any sensible person spend time every day listening to you and your friends, making up silly stories and fairy tales and tell lies? Speaking of friends, I think you have some problems with some of your friends.
In other words, over the course of the last 2 years, there's been a ready-to-publish book at all points. But I've held it back because Adam and QE want to help me make it better. So it's not getting published today because I've got friends that want to make it a better book.
So Nathan's friends have delayed his book. Poor Nathan.
My point is that while I'm explaining that there's a book ready, and at all points during the process, it could have just been published after any of the drafts. Not in a million years did I think I'd be sitting in front of an audience and explaining that 2 of my alleged to be closest friends who had claimed they were helping me would actually withhold the book from me and cost me time and money. But that's the circumstances, so if QE's getting berated for that, so he should. You know, he's got on the phone with me, demanded percentages, demanded money, and demanded basically ownership of what is mine after offering help. Well, no, they're liars, both of them.
Oh dear Nathan, it seems to be problems in your small echo chamber.
Shame, you don't expect these things to work out that way, but they do.
Sorry, you're the one getting blamed for that. They would give it back to you. You just did not ask nicely enough.
I didn't ask nicely enough for my own material that I produced. I don't need to ask nicely. It just means I've got to get my wife to transcribe it.
Yesterday evening when I was working on this video, I did see that Ranty, you know Ranty Flat Earth, the former Flat Earther, made a video on this subject. And Ranty know QE, he knows Nathan. He have been a part of Nathan's echo chamber and have, of course, contacts in the flat earth world. And his explanation how they worked was that they had a Discord channel where those fools was gathering often and was discussing flat earth, and Nathan was recording it. It was Nathan's channel, but they were discussing the content of the book, their silly theories and so on. So that's what Nathan is talking about. His wife transcribing it. As I understand it, so did QE and Alan transform it to a Word document, and that's what Nathan is talking about.
And they've cost me money and are costing me time. So if anybody's like, why isn't the book released? Well, blame QE and Adam. Adam is a scumbag and a degenerate liar, because he's told me, as you've seen from the clips that I'm publishing, that he's helping me with my book. There's no uncertain terms about whose book's being produced and who's helping me produce the book. Well, they've turned around and gone, no, we want your book to be our book. And I've said, no. So they said, well, we're keeping it then. What, the Word document? Oh, right. Well, fortunately for me, although I never anticipated it would be the scumbag friends, so-called, that I'd have to protect myself against by recording all of the sessions and publishing them periodically to members. So in case anybody's wondering, why is it that there's alleged leaked version out there. That's because I periodically published the work process to members. So should anybody use any of that material that was produced under my guidance, they'll be sued for plagiarism. And I've got dates to prove when it's published on my channel with my supervision. Adam the thieving bastard to the police for stealing my book and trying to extort from me after the fact. That's what I've had to do. Make no mistake about it, these two men are thieves and they are trying to extort me. So when they say it's his fault, we'd give it him back if he only gave us what we want. What you want is inconsequential, you offered help. You thieving bastards. I hope you both burn in hell. Thieving bastard. Quantum Eraser, John Stunyer. Thieving, scheming, lying bastard. Make no mistake about it. Demanding what percentage he's going to get from the co-authorship. He was never offered. And demanded with menaces after the fact. With his swearing and demands of percentages. These men are thieves.
This whole story is, according to me, a bit bizarre. Because Nathan Oakley believes that his so-called book would pay him enough to make a living out of it, because in other parts of these live streams he complaining about to being poor, and when his friends also want to have a piece of the cake, a piece of the earnings from this book, he gets angry. But that's not the biggest problem for Nathan. If you look at his channel, he complains about how many visitors he have, how many views he have, and Flat Earth is a small cult. So how would he make any earnings from this book? Yes, some of his followers, his fans, would buy it, but in the long term, of course not. He are not capable of supplying enough money for his family with this book. And the next problem, all flat earthers don't agree with Nathan Oakley and his explanation of this belief of him regarding how the supposed flat earth works. In a way, I feel sorry for this fool. He's fooling himself, he's fooling his family, and he's fooling his audience. Nathan Oakley, get a real work. Start with something that can provide for your family.